Good morning, everybody. It is an early morning for me, so I thought I would get this out of the way. I said that I would do a quick tutorial for people who are new to stage makeup and maybe makeup. I also am new. I just started wearing makeup in my late 40s. So anyway, I'm going to try and help you out the best I can. So first of all, I'm going to show you what I'm going to start off with, the makeup that I'm going to start off with. I'm going to start off with a smoky eye palette. I'm also probably going to use some of these colors here. For example, the plum in here, because I have like a plum color to my outfit and I think I want to add that to my eye to warm it up, because the black smoky eye will be dark for stage, which is great. I will probably fill in my eyebrow with an eyebrow powder, and that would be one of these two, probably the lighter one. And then I will also be using a liquid eyeliner, but you can use a powder along the rim of the eyelid, and we'll get to that in a minute. I have a selection of brushes, and it's better to have like one or two different kinds. I have a million, but I will use them. I probably won't use them all, but I'll use most of them. So anyway, if you have multiple brushes, use them because they will all come in handy. For example, this one is a really fine, thin one, which will go along the rim of the eye. This is a nice fluffy one for shading in the eyes, contouring them, and then this here will kind of fluff up the eye and the eyeshadow and kind of brush it all into the places that you want, and I'll show you that as we go along. Then we have a highlighter brush, blush, powder, and we'll probably use all those. I have a couple of lip liners. I'm probably going to use this one because it's closer to my color of lip. This one here is a little darker, so this is the one that I'll use. And then I have my lip colors, which I will choose as we go along. I will be using powder and highlighters for the face. So the powder will go on after I put my foundation on, and I'm just looking, I don't have my foundation here, so I'm gonna wing it. I'll wing it. We'll pretend that I have foundation on, and then I'm going to use the highlighter. This is actually a light foundation, but I use it as a highlighter around my eyes, down my nose, my chin, forehead, etc. So this is what we'll use here. So firstly, I'm going to do this really quick. I'm going to moisturize my face really well, because as we age, we have beautiful smile lines all over our face. Who knew that, we could smile on our foreheads, our eyes, and everywhere else that's got a smile line. But anyway, I'm going to really moisturize around my eyes, let that kind of marinate and soak into my skin. And then I'm going to use a moisturizer. You guys use whatever moisturizer you normally wear. It's just to give the face some hydration, and just rub that in everywhere and anywhere down the neck. I'm sure most of us are covered up to the neck, so I'm going to use a little bit more. And this will just give us a good base for our foundation. And I feel really bad because I don't have my foundation out here along with all my other makeup that I thought I had, so I'm not really prepared that well. Anyway, so pretend that I have, let's say this here's my foundation, nice color, same color as my face. I'm going to put all that on. Actually, let's even try some of this here just to give you an idea. So I'm going to just add this here to my face and pretend this is my foundation, which is perfectly fine. So rub it all in, cover the face. And you want good coverage with your face, right? So you want all the blemishes kind of taken away. The redness. Actually, that's not done a bad job, actually, to be quite honest. And that is my concealer. But anyway, it's nearly empty, so I'm not going to worry about it. It will do the trick for what I want to show you guys. So full coverage of the face, come down around the chin, And if your hair's up, make sure you get the hairline, because that's where it kind of gathers a little bit. Okay, so I have got my base on. Once you have your foundation on, I'm just going to throw on my powder because that will set it. And again, this is a quick tutorial. I can't even say that with my cold, so anyway, you get my drift. We'll powder that up, the eyes. I hate using the powder because it sets in those beautiful laughter lines. But anyway, we do what we do. I'll rub that in. Hopefully that moisturizer has helped. Okay, so I think I've got a nice base and I'm gonna leave it at that. You get the drift. You can actually do layers upon layers, but I think we're gonna get away from that because then it's too caked on, right? So just do this one foundation layer, put a little powder on to set it. You're all good. And then I think I'm gonna come up to the eyebrow. And so I will take my eyebrow brush and well, I guess they're both brushes. So I'm gonna comb up my eyebrows, and I need them trimmed, but I'll trim them later because they're, you know, the older we get, they get longer. You know, I think I've got sometimes a 2-inch eyebrow hair, but we won't talk about that. Anyway, so I am going to use probably the lighter color. So you find a brown or a dark black, like depending on what your natural eyebrow color is, and just fill it in. And generally we will go from the inner eyebrow, which you would line up with your nose, then the arch you would line up with your pupil, and then the end would line up with the corner of your eye. And so that's where mine are, which is brilliant. This one's a little dodgy. The arch should be there, but that's okay. I have a crooked face. And then right here. So we will brush this in. Now I'm going to go down to my mirror kind of close up here. So if I'm too close here, it may be okay. You'll probably see it better. And this here, see the powder already has like started to, I probably didn't set it probably, but you make sure that you set it. Or maybe it was just that I used my concealer on my face and not a proper foundation. So use your proper foundation. So we will follow the eyebrow around with your powder. We'll go up to the top and follow it around, and I don't have a steady hand, so this could go wrong. And it kind of did, but that's okay. So I'm gonna fill that in and I'll brush it out, and it might end up a little better when I do the other eye. The other eye is always better. I think that one's just like, so that's not bad. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad. And we'll just do the same on the other side. So we'll follow the eyebrow around. It's always amazing how, you know, one side of your face is better than the other side, really. This side is always my flatter side, I find. The bones on the right hand side are a little higher. My eyebrows higher. My cheekbones higher. And strangely enough, my lip is higher. What the hell? You know what? You only find that out when you're like aging. You don't really care when you're younger. You can get away with it. But anyway, I've lived with it all these years. I will continue to live with it. So this one here is a little thicker, I think. I'll fill it in. Okay, so this is not the best, but it will give you an idea of what we're looking for. I'll fill that in, and I'll come back to that. That will do for now. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so I have my eyebrows filled in, have my foundation on, I have my powder on. I'm going to take my lip pencil and I'm going to fill in my lip. And this will be tricky, as I said. One is a little weird. That's okay. Goes with my personality. I'm a little weird too. So anyway, I'm going to come close in here and I'm gonna go outside my lip line, actually, because I have like lots of little crinklies. And I find that if you have some lines going up and down the way, then you can definitely go around them and make your lip fuller. I'm going to fill this in. And not only have I outlined the lip, but I filled it in, and it will also act as a base for the lipstick too. Go on top of. Okay, I think I fixed my crooked lip. And if I haven't, that is okay. No one will see it from the stage anyway. And moving on. So for me, I am going to do a smoky eye, but I am going to use Plum, like I said earlier on. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give a base color to the eye, which I think I'm going to use this one here. So I'll take my fluffy brush for this here, because it will give me a full coverage, and I'm going to make sure that that's clean. Because if it's not, then I will have black eyes that will look like they are really truly black and blue eyes. So anyway, I will put the base color on. And again, it just helps the eyeshadow set. Don't worry about fallout on the eyes. And if you don't know what fallout is, it's actually the eyeshadow just falling from your brush and your eye. And it kind of falls onto the shelf of your eye socket down below. But we will kind of brush that away and we'll cover it up eventually, so that you have a nice clean eye. So most of you ladies have been doing this stage makeup for years, so you can disregard anything that I say that you disagree with, because I'm okay with that. So once I've got that base color on, I'm going to now go and I'm going to grab my Plum, and I'm going to do my eyelid with the Plum. And we'll come back to how I'm going to shade all that in with the black. I'm hoping the Plum will just warm the eye up a little bit. And I did use the same brush, but that's okay. If you have a different brush, go ahead. I just kind of cleaned this off. And so the Plum will warm up my eye. Now for you young girls that will be on stage, and I'll clean this up because you can see it's going on a little heavier and it kind of thicker on different parts of the eye. That's okay. For the girls, you might not want to do a black eye. Renee and who else is a little girl? Oh, Elaine. You might actually even want to use a nice pink, because I think both of your outfits are like a baby pink. So you can definitely do like the eyeliner, the dark eyeliner on the rim of the eye, and then you can maybe do like a nice plummy pink eye. So probably put the pink on the eyelid first and then do the kind of plum on the outside, and that would be kind of nice for you guys. Okay, I will get back to that. I know I've kind of gone up here, which is perfectly fine, because generally, because I have such a wide eye and no eyelid, I go up to my bone and then I start applying the makeup there, because then that opens up the eye. Because if you have no eyelid and you start to apply all your makeup to your eyelid, what happens is when you open up your eye, you'll lose all that color. It's in the crease. And then that tiny little bit of eyelid that you can see. So just go up to the bone and I'll show you how to do that. So again, I put on the plum and I'll just kind of brush that in towards the eye, soften that line. And again here, and I get that a little clean. Now I have a little firmer brush. It's got a little bit of fluff on the end of it, but it's firm. The bristles are a little bit denser, so that's going to help me apply the black then that I'm going to use to make my smoky eye. So we can go to the smoky eye palette and use the black here. And I think I'm going to use this black here. Well, actually, maybe I won't, because it's got a bit of glitter in it. So I'm going to stay away from glitter. Stay away from glitter, please. When you have like a crepey eye, let's say, your skin just doesn't do well with a glitter eyeshadow. So here we go. So up here, I'm going to find my bone, and I'm going to come down my bone and then down into the corner. Don't come right down to this corner here, just kind of cut in across the eye and up to the bone. Cut in. And again, you just want to get the base color. You're going to brush all this out. It's going to look great. Maybe, maybe not. I have confidence. My girlfriend in Australia would be so proud of me right now. She was a makeup artist. She went to school for it. But she was amazing with makeup anyway. And I would always come over to her house for the weekend, you know, for us to go out. And she would just look at me and shake her head and goes, "Oh, for God's sakes, get over here." And then she would do my makeup, because I would get like, you know, that baby bright blue, and I just like, you know, smear it all over my eyelid. That was me. So anyway, she definitely gave me some tips. I'm gonna find that bone again. On putting on makeup, and then over the years I have played around with it, and she would be very proud of me right now. So thank you, Cheryl. So eyebrow, cutting in. Now you see that little crease there? You do want to get that in there. You want to get that filled, because you want it the same color as the V. So if you have to and again, because this bone is higher on this side, I have to build this side up, right? So it's a little higher than my bone. And this eye seems to take the makeup really well. I don't know. We're all created differently, I guess. Now right now it looks like a big mucky eye, but it's not. Again, this here, I just want to get this. Built up. I wish I wasn't so anal, but I am, so anyway. You get the drift. You do what you need to do to get your smoky eye and feel comfortable with it. So now that I've got that, I'm just going to leave that right now. I think they're kind of somewhat even. It's perfectly fine. We're not going to stress about it. Then I'm going to come back to this little thin brush here that I have on the end of my eyebrow brush. And I'm going to use the black again. And I'm going to go and do the rim of my eye. I'm going to go all the way around it. The bottom. You can fill it in and see how my eyes actually opened up, right? So the eyeshadow is on my bone. If it was on the eyelid, you would not see it, right? So you will see it transform into a nice wide open smoky eye. Fingers crossed. And no judgment if it doesn't. Anyway, all the way around. I wouldn't wing my eye like some people wing their eye. I wouldn't do that for this look. So once you got it all around to the other side, I can't see. So I don't have my glasses on. But even when I do have my glasses on, I can't see because I'm trying to get over the rim. Look over the rim of my glasses, so. And you can make that as dark as you like. And then we're going to smudge it up. So you just kind of smudge it up a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to go around the bottom of the rim of my eye. And already I can see follow under my eyes. It's okay, we'll fix that up. So I'm going to go right under the eyelash. I love how, you know, I do all these weird faces when I'm trying to put, see how her eyes open up a bit more with that eyeliner under the eye. And again, smudge that up. And we can even use a soft brush to even smooth that out even a little bit more. And again, don't worry about that fallout under your eye. See, that just kind of softened that a little bit more. Okay, I am going to go over that with a liquid liner. If you don't have a liquid liner, this is perfectly fine, and we'll finish up the eye just in a second, but I'm going with an eyeliner because I'm not using false eyelashes. So this actually helps thicken the upper rim so that when you put your mascara on, and you can put, you know, several coats if you like, this just gives it a nice thick base and your eyes will look fuller. I keep telling myself that anyway. So. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. So now I'm going to take my little feather brush here, and I'm going to start to brush out the eye. So I'm going to come from the corner and I'm going to brush in. And actually, first of all, I think I'm going to do a little bit more on this. Where the heck's my brush? Da 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 da, right in front of me. I think I'm just going to do a little bit more black on this bottom part. Okay, now I'm going to take this nice fluffy brush. I'm going to brush the eyeshadow into the inner corner of my eye to soften the whole look. Okay, I'll soften the lines. And you can see that is already different from that, right? So that's nice, soft, smoky eye. And just do the same on this side, into the corner of your eye. Now, because I used a little bit of plum on my eye, that kind of doesn't make it so severe, right? It softens it up a little bit. I am going to use now, what brush should I use for the, I don't want to use that. I want to go up with the highlighter to my eye. I think I might use this one here, even though I think this is more for, it might work actually. So I'm going to use, because it's like a little lilac-y highlighter, I'm going to use that. But I'm not going to use a lot of it because you don't want to fill this whole part in with highlighter. No, you just want to get a thinner brush, and then you want to go right to the arch and give it, it may not look like anything, but it definitely helps. I should have plucked my eyebrows. And then we're gonna soften that out too, so. Okay. Where's that beautiful brush of mine? I clean that. And see how it just highlights there? And if it's too much, just go like that and soften it. And soften this. There we have it. So I would use a different highlighter for the cheekbone, and we'll get to that in a second. So my eyes are nearly finished, but I'm going to put on lash. Oh my gosh, this is like, I thought it was going to be like a, I'm talking too much. Okay. I'm going to do multiple layers, but I'm not going to do it for this video because this video is longer than what I thought it would be. I wanted 20 minutes and I'm into 28. So you guys can maybe watch this later on tonight for some relaxation therapy. Oh God, Karen. So I would let that dry, and then I would probably go in for a couple more coats, but I'm not doing that right now. This is a little. And you can definitely go down the bottom too. I didn't do that, but you can. And this is not unlike the eye that we have been doing for years. You could change it up if you like and take your eyebrows down a little further because they did that back in the Edwardian times. Kind of makes you look a little sad, but I think you need, and don't take this wrong, but I think you need a younger face to carry that look off. Anyway, ageism. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave my eyes. Like I said, I will probably put a couple more layers of lash on there. I am going to go now, and I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to. Do the concealer right now, but there's definitely fallout under the eye, so you can see it. I've rubbed it in, but let's see if this cloth here will help. If you had something to dust it off, that would have been better, but that's okay because we're going to come back to the eyes. Don't worry about them. In fact, that just kind of gives it a nicer look, I think. Anyway, that's just me. So now I'm going to come to my lips and my cheeks, and really all of these lipsticks are amazing. I'm going to use the CoverGirl one, but I have all three of them, so who knows which color I will wear on the day, but they're all rose color, so that's really nice. And then I'm just going to cover the lips. And this is Color Stay, and so I think they're all Color Stay actually. Yes, they are. So you're good. This one is so creamy. And you can give a full lip. And then you can get rid of those little corners. So here we have our lip on. And again, I'm lopsided on my lip, so. That'll do. Oh, don't be silly, Karen. So I'm using this as my blush. And you come down from the pupil and you just get the apple. Just the apple of your eye. I always say that. The apple of your cheek. I probably put too much on here, but you know what? For stage makeup, maybe we need this much. So anyway, take your ring fingers and work that into the apple of the eye, the apple of the cheek again. And it's okay, it is Color Stay, so you gotta work fast. And you're not gonna look like you're gonna soften all this out. And work it in, work it out, work it in, work it out. Work it in. Work it out. Feather it down so that you get even coverage, and just take it all out. Right, so it's just the apples. I got a little glitter in here. I don't know where that came from. Just be careful on how much you put on, because I kind of overdid that a little bit, but I think that this here for stage presence will be okay. It looks a little much for me right now through the day, and I'm not used to putting this much makeup on. So anyway, there we have our cheeks, there we have our eye, our lips, and now we're going to do some little bits of highlighting. And actually, first of all, I'm going to start with the eye. And again, this is not a concealer. It's actually an ivory makeup, but I'm going to use it as a concealer because it will do the job that I want to do. And again, I'm just going to use a little bit because it's going to go a long way, and it might even be too much. So I'm just going to take that off and work that into my finger. And then I'm gonna work that around my eye. And if you can almost brush away, or actually, here's a better idea, why I didn't think of it before, because it was the ladies from Grand Harmony who actually have been using this technique forever, and that is to put tissue under your eye when you are doing makeup, because that will definitely help with the fallout. So and just take that out, take it up to the eye. So that's the eye done, and then I just want to show you a little not contour and highlighting. So I got my feather brush, and I'm just going to use this ivory highlighter, and I'm going to come down the bridge of my nose to highlight it, and then I'm going to do my cupid. And I do my chin, and most importantly I'm going to do my cheekbones. If you at least run through this once, just watching it, you will definitely be able to remember at least half of what I've been doing, and I'm sure the rest will kick in as you continue on. Because I know for some of the gals, like Christine, you were saying that you're not that great with makeup, or you don't use it a lot maybe. And I think Marlene, you wanted some tips, and I'm sure, Shelby, that you've got some really cool makeup techniques in your back pocket. But if you want something different, or if you weren't doing it this way, then maybe try it this way, and see how that works for you. And then I'm just gonna soften that a little bit more. Ladies, there is your makeup. I hope this has been helpful. I'm sorry it's so long. I did do one that was 20 minutes, but I had a really crappy cold. So hopefully this helps. And if I've missed something, somebody can message me and say, hey, you forgot this. But anyway, happy makeup tutorial or whatever. Have a glass of wine when you're doing it, or maybe not. But anyway, thanks guys. See you on the weekend.